Okay, now we're up to business items 6.0, and I'm handing it over to our lovely Assistant Superintendent, who's filling in for the lovely Superintendent, Judy Keene.
Thank you very much, Mary Ann. As Mary Ann said, my name is Judy Keene. I'm Assistant Superintendent of the Hull Public Schools. I've been the superintendent, this is my 3rd year, and prior to this position, I was the Director of Student Services in Hull, which is special education, for 4 years. So thank you for coming this evening. It's nice to have people in the audience. Our first agenda item is the Green Team, the compost team, the compost captains from Hull High School, led by Sheila Blair. And they're going to present their compost program to reduce the carbon waste at Hull High School. So if you'd like to come forward, that'd be wonderful. Thank you.
We are the Green Team, or the compost crew, whatever you like to call it. This is us. As you can see, it's always meant to be the blue and gold mixed green.
I'm just going to interrupt 1 second, guys, just so they can get your voices on TV. If you want to stand behind the podium, okay?
Thanks, Mike.
Sorry to interrupt.
So, first we have to register with the Mass Department of Environmental Protection
to get our compost bin, which is now sitting right behind Miss Blair's classroom down in the science wing. And our goal was to increase the awareness of the ecological and environmental issues by incorporating new methods of sustainable practices into our school day, making them into an automatic thing instead of something you don't really want to do. And first thing we did do was start the composting, which has been very successful. Our next goal is to work with the collaborative to build gardens in the courtyard. And last was to get rid of all the plastic water bottles at Hull High School. So composting is a way of speeding up decomposition of kitchen scraps and yard waste. And the end result will be humus, not to be mistaken with hummus. Yeah, it's a lot more earthy, probably not as tasty. Okay. QT, is this you?
All right, so composting. Why are we doing this? Basically, to reduce the amount of trash being transported to landfills and incinerators by 20% or more. Reducing the amount of methane gas, which is a greenhouse gas, that enters the atmosphere, and eliminate the need for harmful chemical fertilizers, which in turn saves money and reduces runoff of chemicals into rivers and oceans, and it reduces the need for watering.
To start the Green Team, we had to recruit some compost captains, and we have an internship G period, and it's myself, Mark, and Quinn, and Victoria Bright, but she couldn't be here tonight. And we also had to get the kitchen staff and custodians, as well as you guys, all on board to support us. And the supplies included a compost bin, leaves, 5-gallon buckets, worms, finished compost, paint, and brushes.
To compensate for our missing compost captain, we've brought Thomas Snutzentutt, a high-ranking Green Team member. Here are the compost captains. We're missing our nut here, but there's 3 of our 5 separation places for lunch. There's the compost bin with the tools that we use to keep it fresh and how it should be. And there's the leaves at the bottom. So we couldn't have done this without some help from outside parties. The buckets came from the Voskarnen family. The Kaplan family helped us out with the paint and brushes. Theater Arts and the Gracie Ryan family helped us out with the leaves. And Nicole Palermo Cristaldi really helped push this forward and make it happen. And, okay, so these were the biggest questions at the beginning, which took some time and effort to put in before we got it all started with Compost Kickoff Day. And so we have 2 separation stations at lunch. Each, we have a trash barrel for, as you can probably assume, trash. We have recyclables for many things you may just think you put in the trash, but we could reuse. Simple compostables, which are raw fruits and raw vegetables. We can't use cooked things because that will attract animals to the compost, which is a no-no for school. And the whole fruits give back to a food pantry, so no food just gets wasted. These are the 5 places right here. As you can see, the trash is not nearly as high as the recycling. And where are our tabletop handouts? Did we not bring them? Sure. Well, we'll be back with those. We've made a lot of posters. We've been in the morning announcements to when we were initiating Compost Kickoff Day. Each captain educates at their lunch when students go to throw away their waste. We monitor and teach them where it should be going. These are some of the posters that we made, hanging around all over the cafeteria at lunch. Some more posters, all made by Green Team.
Very nice.
There we are.
Okay.
Compost Kickoff Day.
This one's just started.
Yeah.
Another great shot. There's a picture of students monitoring the kids throwing away their lunch, and that's Luis Gonzalez and Daria Healy. There's Coach McGrath being told what to do with his things. And there's the compost bin. Looking great. It's filled with, it's supposed to be half and half mixed with high carbon materials, which are the browns, and high nitrogen materials, which are the greens. So, custodian Kevin McGonigal says that he's seen 3/5 of what has been there in the trash normally, which is a great reduction.
That's huge.
We need to push forward to get better monitoring at the separation stations, just to make everything efficient as it could be, and get everything where it should be. Because there are always a few students who like to put their things in the wrong place. We need to educate the incoming generations of students about getting this right. And we need more compost bins, because we're getting a lot of things. That's us at the Sustainable South Shore meeting, where we got these lovely water bottles. So this took place at Hingham High School, where they showed us what they've been doing for a long time now. We learned from them and a lot of other schools what's been happening, and a lot of tips to go forward with. This is when we were presenting our stuff. There's Quinn during G period, when our internship takes place, when we clean out the bins. Here we are, a great display of underpants right there. There's Victoria cleaning out the buckets, so everything stays the way it should. There's the whole fruit collected just over one day that we get to give back to the food pantry. That's me So a lot of things that go into the compost bin are in a bit too big pieces to just stay like that. So we have to make them smaller so they decompose faster. And that's a gardening shovel with a serrated edge that we just chop up the things in there with. We tried it in the buckets at first, but didn't work out.
Wow. Wow. Nice job. I'm sure we have some questions for you. First of all, thank you. This is really, really wonderful to see, and to know that trash is reduced that quickly. I mean, when did you roll it out? February 27th?
February 27th.
That's remarkable. Good job. I do have a question. Where do you keep those bins? Outside or inside the cafeteria?
They're inside there on each side.
Okay. All right. And now, are you finding kids are starting to get in the habit of doing this now?
Yeah, they're learning.
Within a month, they're already starting. That's wonderful. I love it. I'll open this up to questions. Which side should I start?
I just wanted to make a comment because I know that I heard rumor that when you went to Hingham High School that Hull was very impressive and you knew just as much as the Hingham kids who have been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah.
So kudos to you guys.
Because we're Hull.
Yeah. And amazing, great job.
Eric?
Very proud.
No, congratulations. This is a great program. And just, I don't know if Matt, if this might be directed to you. I mean, I can obviously see the cost savings when you reduce your garbage that much. I mean, at our own household, we switch, we have less garbage and more recycling, and it actually makes a difference. Is this something that potentially, if it grows to our schools, would actually make a bottom line difference?
It could. One of the changes we made this past year was we went from having only one single stream recycling unit here at the high school. We added those to the middle school and to the elementary school. And the pickup at a single stream recycling unit is cheaper than a pickup for the same size trash unit. So if we were able to really consistently lower the trash here instead of having 3 pickups a week, we could possibly reduce it, or at least try it out to see if we could go with 2 pickups a week, and that would be a small savings, but nonetheless a savings to the budget.
Cool.
No, it's fantastic. Thank you.
Thumbs up.
I love seeing this. Those bottles, where do you get them? Are you selling them to help fund yourselves?
Oh, they were just given to us at the,
That might be a good fundraiser.
yeah.
Are you selling your T-shirts? That's one of the questions.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Only
Yeah, we
to
want you to make
the
money.
Green Team members.
Huh?
Only to the Green Team
The
members.
Green Team members?
Oh, what about recruiting?
Yeah.
So
So you're always thinking.
How many members do you have in your club? I know there was a picture, but
Around 15.
15. And Ms. Blair's the leader?
She's Coach Compost.
She's Coach Compost? Head composter? I know that I saw Nicole Palermo Cristaldi was one of the drivers.
Yep.
I know that she's done some gardens up at the Jacobs School, and they're trying to do a lot of stuff up there. Is that where you're using the composted stuff? Is she using that with her gardens? Oh, we do? Oh, okay. All right.
So you're doing it here.
Okay.
So this is pure high school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And when the seniors graduate, do you have other people to be coach captains, or?
Yeah, the next in line are in the Green Team right now.
Fantastic.
And I'm assuming that those whole vegetables are coming, or fruits coming when the kids don't eat them with their lunches, but they get them as part of their $3.25 or whatever it is that lunch costs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have one question from the audience. Dennis?
I'm really curious what you'll plant in your first batch of finished compost. So you'll have a living, breathing example of your success.
Well, garlic is a must-have since.
There you go. There you go. Great.
Garlic.
There you go. Perfect.
The others have been highly debated.
David, do you have any questions?
No, I think it's great. I think similar to what Eric said, I think if we're doing it at all the schools, or the Jacob School and the high school, obviously that's going to be a compounding effect where we're going to save some
very
money.
funny.
So I think it's all great.
Thank you guys very much. This is
I think you
wonderful.
should think about selling the T-shirts.
Absolutely. Oh, and
Maybe
the,
yeah.
the water things. Absolutely. Good job. Thank you.
How much are the compost bins? Sorry.
Free.
Oh, so because you said you needed more of them, so you can get them. for
Yeah.
free? Oh, okay. Great.
So you have access to them? Okay. Good. Thank you, guys.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you.